It's February 24th, 2004. It's the week that J-Lo wins a Razzie Award for Worst Actress. And it's also the week that Tyra releases her debut and also, thank God, final single, Shake Your Body. Welcome to Part of Make It Fashion.
Hello everyone, my name is Dennis.
And I am Sander.
And welcome to a new episode of Pod That Make It Fashion. We're gonna do some dancing today.
And some singing.
Shake your body, move your body.
Yeah, we just came out of the video clip. Iconically good or iconically...
Let's say iconic Mariah Carey and glitter iconic.
Oh, that's a very nice reference. Yeah, if you find Glitter a good movie, you will find Shake Your Body a good song. And if you find Mariah Carey a good actress, you will think the same of Tyra. No, well, not even that.
The funny thing is, Mariah Carey actually can act.
She can. She did it in
12 Years a Slave.
Yeah. She had one sentence.
No, she was raped. She had no sentences at all. She just had to sit there, but she did it good.
And she had a good in Precious or something, a movie there. She won
I
like
never
an
saw
award.
Precious.
Me neither, but I heard it was good.
Yeah, I heard it was good too.
Yeah, so she's not even as good as Mariah at acting. Precious. She's Mariah as Gollum. But for today, here talking about episode 7 of Cycle 2 of America's Next Top Model with the title, The Girl Who Is Dripping with Hypocrisy.
And who is that girl?
Shandy.
Shandy, yeah. Why is she a hypocrite?
Well, because she says to her boyfriend, you can't go to the theaters, to the movies with a girl while letting another man touch her hip. And her boyfriend should be okay with that. That's what's happening.
Okay, what you just said is that that her boyfriend can't go to the movie theaters and with another girl with her touching her hip. So you're saying it weird.
No,
I know what you mean, but you have to say it again.
I mean, in the meantime, while she doesn't allow her boyfriend to go out to the theaters with another girl, she goes out and there she meets a guy at the club, and that guy, she's like not telling him that she has a boyfriend, and he's touching her hip and blah blah. Ooh. It was like it's like okay, these things happen with everyone, but it was a little bit of hypocrisy. I think so.
Do they?
No.
Does it happen to you?
No, I do allow my boyfriend to go to things.
Yeah,
but who cares?
It's weird. Well, do you know what I find hilarious is that they had let's do it in the order of the episode. Is that they she calls him, and then you see the conversation that they have, that he tells her that he's going out to a movie theater with a friend who has a kid and a husband, and she's like really upset about that, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I could do that," and she's like, "No, you can't," or like, "No," she's like, "Why didn't you think of that yourself?" But I'm like, what's wrong? Like, it's actually kind of sad the way it's kind of like insecure how she doesn't allow him to do it because it's their thing. But it's kind of how
but you said it in a nice way, because you said like throughout the last few episodes, you get the feeling that Shandy didn't have the most stable family situation. No, she doesn't. And you said this is maybe her most stable thing, and she feels that it's getting away from her, so that she's acting out of like insecurity and out of panic.
Stay with me.
Well, nothing is really going on. He's just going out with another woman who is a mother of a kid and whatever.
It's like Titanic. Come back.
We did a Titanic reference a lot of times in this show. With a reason, it's iconic. So come on, yeah.
And it's not even from the 2000s. But but to be fair, it's a big deal during this episode because it throws her off. When does it throw her off? Because they're going to have dance classes.
Ooh. But the first day of dance classes, nothing was wrong with her and her boyfriend. So at first day, she was pulling it off, in my opinion, because they all had to dance sexy. That was the assignment made by the teacher. The teacher was very nice. I really liked him.
Dance teachers are always nice.
Well, I can tell you that my dance teacher, I'm not going to call your name, He was so not nice if you're
Hey,
listening.
you're not getting my reference.
No,
I'm a dance teacher.
I know, but
you
Dennis
idiot.
would be a nice dance teacher. But you know my story about my dance teacher.
I know.
He was not nice to me.
I know. He was, let's say it, sexually harassing people.
Let's say it this way. If Me Too was a thing back then, I am Me Too'd.
Didn't he get fired?
No.
Well, verbally.
I tried.
Verbally Me Too'd.
Yes.
Verbally.
True. No. Nothing really physically happened to me. No.
Dear Lord.
No, he was saying very weird things. Oh, no, we're talking.
It's just done.
I cut it.
I cut it.
Shit. No, I said I cut it.
You cut him. It's getting better and better.
Shake your body, move your body, shake your body. That's all I know of the
See,
song.
this is what I have to deal with. No, but they're dancing with the dance teacher. What's his name? Do you know it?
No.
Watch the episode. But
He's nice.
But I was actually very surprised that Shandy could dance and also Joanna, because during the when they had the class, they were both very good.
And I was the one who said, "Oh, those two are going to be the worst." That was my feeling, and I forgot about it.
You said it during the episode,
Yeah.
but I thought it in my mind, and then I was like, "Oh, but they can actually kind of move."
And I remember that after that, Mercedes said something like, "Oh yeah, Shandy, the geeky girl, and she can suddenly dance." And I was like, "Oh, how short-sighted!" I was, "Oh, wait, just 2 seconds ago, I said the exactly same thing." I'm just as short-sighted as Mercedes. But she could dance. But also, Shandy was dancing like she was posing. She put some modeling in it.
Yeah, it was just like she was hitting the things. You can't see my movements right now, but she is hitting the poles on the beat like I'm talking right now.
But can I say one thing? This whole
Just one.
episode, about Sarah. Sarah, this episode was also a lot about her and her struggling in this episode. Not her struggling personally, but struggling with the dance moves. And the whole time I was watching, I was like, is it really as bad as they make it come across?
Yeah.
Is it? Well, I was like,
Do you know what it is?
They were a little bit. It's a setup a little bit from my feeling.
No.
Aw,
Because
I love Sarah.
do you know what it is? If you would compare Joanna to Sarah, you would say that Sarah's a better dancer. I would say Sarah's a better dancer.
Yeah.
But if you would look where Joanna is coming from and where Sarah's probably coming from, I would say, hey, Joanna looks more impressive than Sarah to me, because when I was watching Sarah, it felt very awkward. And when I was watching Joanna, I was like, oh, you can dance. And it's kind of unfair maybe in a way because you are holding different standards, but to be fair, that's the way the world works.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not really fair. Okay, never mind that. But,
No, but I understand you.
It's kind of how it works. And with Sarah, I feel like she could have been better.
And you expect maybe more from her for how she presents herself normally.
Yeah,
how
and
she looks.
it's not even the way she presents herself, but the way she was dancing. Like I feel like it could have been fine-tuned more. It was too hoey, just to put it like that. Like
Yeah.
it was it was kind of more like a stripper thing,
Fair enough.
whereas she did move because she can move. You can say
Yeah.
that, but it wasn't how I thought. It wasn't sexy in my opinion.
Yeah, and also if you look the way Sarah looks, they talked about her a lot of times that she's the most sexy one, which
Yeah.
I agree with. I think she's the most well, not maybe commercial, but more like the Victoria's Secret kind of model. And if you then also dance like that, it's like she doesn't have to, like Joanna can easily be more dancing a little bit more slutty.
Yeah, she
and
can
not
get away
look
with
slutty.
it.
She can get away with
she
it.
can
And
get away
Sarah's
with
more
it.
like, ooh, girl,
Yeah, you gotta
don't
be
drop it
careful.
too low.
Yeah,
You cannot pull it off because it will be not modelesque anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, what I loved about just to switch it up during the class is that oh no, this was already second day I think, because so they had class and they had some moves and then they go back home. Shani calls with a boyfriend again because she does it all the time.
And gets a gift box from him. With
Oh yeah, that
pictures.
was
Aw.
cute. But then it gets bad because then he tells her that well, shit's about to go down. Well, not really. It's just a thing in the
Shit's
episode.
hitting the fan.
Not yeah. It's just
No.
yeah. It's like they have a fight a little bit, but then they go back to the dance class again the next day and they learn a routine. And then first things, why was Joanna wearing a skirt? And of all skirts, because I was
And
I
why
was
that skirt?
Yeah, because I was thinking, okay, maybe you thought you were wearing a skirt because you were like, I want to be sexy, but why wear that mom skirt? Like,
It's super low.
yeah, it was like just above the knee, so it was not Christian or something. I don't know, but it was. I was actually like looking. I was like, huh? I just don't get it. Like, I can understand that sometimes, like, if I want to do a more of a hip hop dance, I would not wear like a hot pants thing. Oh, as a guy, I would not wear a hot pants thing. I would wear more like a baggy sweatpants or something like that to get into that feeling. If I would do a jazz thing, maybe something a little bit more tight or something. But it just didn't work, that skirt thing. But what was hilarious to me too was that. Hilarious in a different way, was that April during the first class the day before. Oh no, it was actually the during the second class that he's talking about other girls and he's like, yeah, I was thinking about you last night, and the one thing that really stuck with me is that April, I forgot about you. I couldn't remember what you brought, and April was like, I'm not having this. And then they do the routine and they do it one by one, and I was actually surprised that Sarah had to go first.
See, set up.
But it was also, I think, because she was tired, her knee was hurting. But what I found hilarious is that April won and she went to him, do you remember me now?
I wrote it down as well, remember me now. Yes.
I loved it. I was like, damn, girl, this is some good attitude. And another surprise, Camille.
We haven't talked about it yet, but I think she even was better than April, to be fair.
No, it's a personal taste thing, but I like April better because I like it when someone is really hitting the moves. And Camille was more sensual in a way, more like flowy, not sensual, flowy, but she wasn't flowy to my liking, which is a personal thing. So I can understand why you like
now, what I have with April, I am in love with April. I adore her. I really want her to go far in this. Well, I know how far she will get, but I really am. She's one of my favorites. But also when she walks, it's a little bit robotic, and they say it, but I agree with it. It's true. Too. But that's also maybe because her face, her mouth is a little bit tensed. That's just the way her face is, I think. So it all looks a little bit awkward sometimes, and I think with the dancing she hit the moves maybe the best, I don't know, but she did it very good. But it was a little bit more like, I think if they would suddenly throw something in it that would speed up the music, she would suddenly be like, oh, now I can't do it anymore, you know. She was not flowing.
I don't think that would be the case, but I get what you mean. She's maybe a bit more harsh, but I like that a little bit more.
I liked Camille, and I surprisingly liked Shandy with the dancing, and Joanna, and Mercedes,
she was good.
Mercedes didn't.
Mercedes was
a little bit the same as Sarah.
Where was Mercedes this episode? Where
Mercedes
was she?
Who? Yeah,
really.
She was really, like, she was also not that great at dancing, right?
She was like okay,
but they all were.
No one
was bad.
No one was bad. I was actually surprised that everyone did the steps, and it was They did.
I want to do the dance routine as well.
Well, good luck.
It's not hard.
It's not. Let's just.
But I have to find a beat like Joanna.
But and then April wins, so she gets to go have dinner with apparently famous people from the Wu-Tang Clan.
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan? No, the Wu-Tang Clan. Check out my gravel pit. That's from them.
Really?
Oh, mystery.
I only know the name.
I know some songs of them.
Is it also one that they had like? Oh, that's Wyclef Jean. That was last season, right? That he had a song with Mary J. Blige. Someone please call 911. Yeah. That's not Wu-Tang Clan, right? That's Wyclef Jean.
Yeah. And Wu-Tang Clan, they also, but that was recently. They created an album, but they only made one, and they auction it off to a person, and that person can only share that music in 10 years or something like that. Oh. Yeah, it was a weird thing. But
artistic.
I thought that dinner was just weird. It was hilarious to see Sarah because it felt to me like Sarah wasn't having any.
Sarah wanted to stay home
because those guys, they were just.
And one was totally in love with Shandy.
Yeah, but it was all kind of creepy because Shandy was just acting out because her boyfriend was doing. I don't know.
She wanted the attention. She wanted to hear that she's nice, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to take a night out." She wanted the attention for sure.
I have a feeling that this is gonna have a. In Dutch we would say this will have a tail in the next episode.
I'm not saying anything.
I don't. Oh no, but it's
you guys maybe know what's going to happen with Shandy, but Dennis doesn't.
No,
or you didn't remember. You did see watch the season.
No,
right?
I didn't see season 2. I watched season 1. Then season 3, cycle 3 is with Eva the Diva, right?
Diva, yes.
Oh yes, I can't wait for that one.
Almost there.
And I saw the one after, and I think I saw season 6 too.
Season 6, the best.
Isn't that one with like we were all rooting for you?
That's season 4.
Is that 4?
That's 4.
Really?
Where Tyra tries out a red weave. Tried and failed.
But back to this episode. No, I just it was that whole meal thing. From the moment those three guys walked in the loft, I was like, these girls are not in that vibe. No. They're just like sweet girls, and then all these hip hop dudes are coming there, and I'm not saying they're not sweet, but it just felt a little bit awkward.
But they were super nice, but I just don't understand these random artists coming over for a night out when you don't even know each other. Money. But just like last year with Wyclef Jean, I think that was already awkward when they were dancing in the studio with a cup, apparently with beer or wine in it or something. This was even more awkward. It was so random, and they were super nice, the guys. But it was more like, why would you be happy with this price? Because you can also stay in and have wine with the other girls or something. True, just whatever. Yeah. I don't think the three girls who were had to stay at home were like, oh bye. They were like, okay, bye.
Yeah, bye, have fun.
Yeah. Bye, girl. Yeah. But they were nice.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the Wu-Tang Clan. There's more wrong with them being together and have to be together.
It was just... do you know what was wrong? That it was just too set up. That was it. It was just too set up.
Super awkward.
But then we get to the best part of this whole episode, which is the shoot. And we don't have a photo shoot, but we have the... Not even commercial. We're going to do a music video for Miss Tyra Banks.
For her debut single, her introduction to the world of a recording artist, Shake Your Body. It's not even Shake Your Body, but she did it Shake Ya Body to make it a little bit more edgy.
Yeah.
She edged it out. And the girls were all like, oh, nice. And I think they were all thinking, what? Why? I mean, like, I was thinking that.
I just have one question. What was the concept for this music video? Someone please tell me, what was the concept for this music video?
Yes.
Because it felt to me like it was just a beautiful girl, because Tyra looked beautiful with the weave and everything. Even though I could see the extension, it was all fine. It was still pretty. But I didn't get it. Were they in the club? And if they were in the club, what were they doing?
And there was also a scene where she was lying in her bed and singing to the microphone and almost having an orgasm.
That only happened 1 second. It
was a few times.
Oh well, I only saw it for 1 second.
And then she was dancing in the rain with the guy or in the shower. It was super random.
It was weird. It was really weird.
It was If You Have My Love on a budget. Because you were talking about If You Have My Love, it has a storyline. This doesn't have a storyline.
You were saying like it's kind of like J-Lo in that time, but when J-Lo first of all, J-Lo can dance. J-Lo's not the best singer in the world. We know this. It's fine.
She can sing better than.
But she can dance, and if you think she can't dance, she was a backup dancer for Janet Jackson. So Jennifer Lopez can dance. If you don't think she can dance, just watch clips. She can dance.
We're not convinced yet. There we are. I think she can dance.
Okay.
I love J-Lo.
Okay, good for you.
If you have my love and I gave
we're not listening to you sing. Let me finish my story. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the concept.
Hey, it's funny if you can.
Let's get loud.
I'm not your mama.
Well, I'm waiting for tonight.
What can we do? Play.
Tonight we gonna get it on the floor. But
okay, go.
You said like it's kind of like a J-Lo vibe, but when J-Lo had all her music videos, it had a concept. So, for example, If You Had My Love, it wasn't like a big concept, but the concept was she was in a house in different rooms with like and the webcam was on her, and it was like every setting was a different vibe, but it was cohesive in a way. It wasn't like a thriller like Michael Jackson that had like a big concept, but it still had a concept. And with this music video of Tyra, I was like, you're just dancing, and I love you, Tyra, but you're not the best dancer in the world. You can dance, but no. It was. Do you know what it is? Actually, I can also compare it with the Pussycat Dolls. Only with the Pussycat Dolls, Nicole can actually sing, and the Pussycat Dolls can. I'm saying this weird. The Pussycat Dolls, they can actually dance.
Yeah.
It was just like a no. We're gonna look up like how did. I can't speak English anymore. How did this song actually hit the charts?
No, it didn't. Charts. Well, I can tell you now, it didn't. Oh, wow. It really didn't. It really
maybe
didn't.
Locally.
Maybe locally from the town where Tyra is from. I don't know where she's from.
But during the shoot, it was hilarious because they had to. There was a lot of during this episode, like they had filler moments. Like
it was not a nice episode.
The walk with Joanna, with April, that like April was walking. It was just. They tried to create a lot of moments.
Yeah, because the girl had to do 2 challenges in the video shoot. Catwalk and like the dance. And then at the end in the music video, 3 girls were only shown catwalking and 3 girls were only shown dancing.
And the girls who were show dancing didn't even do the dancing thing right.
No.
Mercedes didn't even do the whole thing.
That's true.
But she was as a dancer in the...
No, for example, at the catwalk, I think Shandy and Camille did the best. It was super short, but I saw Shandy was like, ooh, and I saw Camille like, okay.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if I agree. I just remember with Shandy, she looked very elegant.
Yeah, and also with the dance, actually, Shandy and Camille were the best for me at the video.
For me, April and Camille.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of April's dancing, and also, I have to say, Sarah, she was not that bad as they made it look.
Yeah, she was. She wasn't the worst.
And Joanna falling, poor girl. Find the beat, Joanna. You heard Tyra saying
she was a white girl dancing. Oh, it was so sad.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, it was just it was. No, you can say that too.
That's true.
She just it was endearing, but in a bad way.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. And Mercedes didn't even do the dance. She was like, come on, it's like 3 seconds. Just get it out. But she didn't.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't.
Yeah,
That's
she
all.
didn't, yeah.
That's all, folks.
That's all.
And then we have the judging, and thank God there is no extra challenge in the judging.
No, there was not.
Oh, dear Lord, I was so happy. But who were your tops for the well, we actually kind of talked about it already.
Yeah, my first call out, Shandy. And I think when I looked at the video, my second call out would have been Camille. I actually would have put, personally, as the bottom 2. But like with these 6, it's hard for me to decide who I would send home. So not with the consequence of them being sent home, but only thinking of what the performance was this week. My bottom 2 would have been Mercedes and Joanna. And I would have said that Joanna was the worst this week.
Yeah,
and not Sarah.
Agree.
Not Sarah at all. And what's for you?
For me, my top was Shandy, actually. Mm-hmm. No, that's not true. My top
April.
wasn't Shandy.
I think
no.
April.
Yeah, April and Camille were my tops.
Yeah.
I just said it before. What is shit? Oh, never mind.
Shandy is your third, I think.
Yeah, she is. That's true. But my bottom 2 were actually Sarah and... I'm writing things weird.
Sarah and Joanna was the real bottom 2.
Yeah, wait, I see
Shandy
what I
was
did
the real
now.
top. Yeah.
So my tops were April and Camille. Mm-hmm. They were really good. And my bottom 2 were Joanna and Mercedes. Oh, I'm down the same as you.
Yeah. Only not the same top.
But because Joanna, she just didn't do, and Mercedes just didn't dance.
No. But I think it's hard with these kind of challenges who to send home, because it's so far from modeling. I'm like, they shouldn't have sent someone home based on a dance.
No, but I think how they picked the people. I can't talk anymore. How they picked the girl who to send home. Mm-hmm. That was a sentence. Is they didn't look that much at the shoot, but more of how the girls were doing overall in the whole competition. Because when we looked at the judging, all of them were like, yeah, I like this, but I want to see more of this with her, and I haven't seen that yet. Because I think that was the reason why they sent Sarah home in the end, because she didn't show them what they wanted to see from her from a long time. But Janice had she said something really funny during the judging.
Yeah, what was it? About Sarah or not?
No, about something else, but I remember I was like, oh girl, Janice, I love you.
Yeah,
what was it? Well,
I don't know. Yeah, I know what you mean. I remember when you had to laugh when she said something, and I agree with that. Yeah.
Good story.
No, but I think like Camille, she's lucky she had a good week this week, because I think throughout with the remaining 6 girls, she was the weakest overall.
Yeah.
So this was lucky for her that she didn't get sent home, and it was Sarah instead, because Sarah, she was never the best, I think, but she was also never one of the worst.
But it would also be a big gag if they would have sent Joanna home. It would have been a big gag. Because Joanna had been doing... She hasn't really peaked yet, but she's doing well. But it would have been a gag if they would have sent her home. But
True.
It was so sad when Sarah... When she was like, I have a picture of you, Joanna, and Sarah had like the ugly cry, like with the sound like... and like everyone started crying. It was sad. And even Tyra walked up to her and gave her a hug.
Yeah, but that speech of Tyra before, with the bottom 2, like, Clarice, can you come forward? I found it very difficult. And she made it about herself. Like, I am showing myself now to the world in a much vulnerability, blah, blah, blah. And how can I be the one to send someone home? Like, indeed, how are you the one to send someone home? I'm like, girl, don't making it about herself again.
This episode was actually just... Do you know what this
It was a filler.
Do you know what this episode was? Remember when you had those series where they had a spin-off? Where, for example, with Grey's Anatomy, they had
Private Practice.
And they had like 1 or 2 episodes where they had like in-between things. And they also had it with Gilmore Girls, but that never...
And also with Gossip Girl.
That never took off. And with Gossip Girl, I don't think that
they
ever
had
took
with
off
them
too.
No, true. That they did only a pilot.
Yeah.
With the mother, that it was like back in the 80s. Yeah.
I like that though.
Me too.
But this was kind of like the same thing. Like, but it was, why do it in season 2?
Yeah, they did a set. You mean like they did like a spin-off kind of thing for Tyra's music career? That's what you mean. It was not like a really a modeling episode.
This was not a modeling episode.
They only danced. They didn't do anything that was model related, because I haven't seen any high fashion model dancing slutty in a music video of a wannabe J-Lo.
No. Well, to be fair, Naomi Campbell was in Michael Jackson's music video.
But it's like different than in Tyra Banks' music video.
True.
Yeah.
True. Well, on that note, this was a shit episode. It
was
was a cheap shot to sell Tyra's video, music sound. I can't speak anymore.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
At the expense of Sarah.
And on that note, say...
No, but I want to say something about Sarah.
Okay, say it.
Because this is always when
I
think
of
when I think of season 2, I always think about Sarah's elimination. It's so hardcore how much she wants it, and the moment she cries, you see Joanna walk forward to Tyra, and immediately whoop, she goes back because she took one step to Tyra. I see this like a million times. One step to Tyra, then, being nice as she is, Joanna, I think, immediately, because she hears immediately Sarah cry, and then she was like, no, I'm not going to take the picture, I'm first going to hug Sarah. So she did go to Sarah, but it was like, like that. And the cry of Sarah, and everyone crying, except for Camille, I think, but maybe in the end she did. Yeah.
Camille was standing there, like, out of the huddle a little bit, like...
Yeah, like awkward. But she was also, it was like so tearful. I'm like, I think she was really what you said is really true. She was the Cassie.
She's the Cassie of season 2.
She is. That was also what everyone liked her. And I think it's exactly the same with Sarah. She was super likable.
Yeah.
Oh, tearful. And now next week.
Yeah.
Italy. I love it.
I didn't know that.
Oh. They said it.
No, they didn't say Italy. They said we're going to a European city.
Oh,
but it's fine.
They're going to Italy. They're going, I think, to Milan, the fashion capital of Europe.
I have no idea. We'll see.
I love it. Yeah, my boyfriend is from Italy.
And we're going. Look at you go. But what did I want to say? Next week I'll shoot again, because I'm done with this commercial thing. I'm done with. We want to see some pictures. We want to see models. We want to see models working pictures.
Well, I can tell you, it will be a lot of high fashion shoots in Italy.
Oh dear Lord. Well, on that note, see you later, alligator.
See you later. Bye bye.
Why do we talk so high when we do that?